Nintendo, please don't sue me. In case you've been living under a rock, Palworld has taken the internet by its massive, ego-driven nutsack and refused to let go. Developed by a small group of alpha chads with no game design experience and one kid who just hit puberty, Palworld is a new survival game that asks the question, what if we made every popular game from the last decade have a massive, passionate video game orgy, add in some Pokemon, and put them in the average American school? They have the open world and stamina of Zelda or Genshin, the survival aspects of Minecraft or Ark, the lore system of a Souls-like, and most importantly, COD gameplay just without all the 13-year-olds calling you slurs. You play as player 405 because I missed that option and forgot to change my name. Shit! You can customize your character however you like, ranging from Hatsune Miku to if the annoying orange were a person. The devs truly understand the male gaze. I wish the things I am about to tell you were memes and jokes I came up with, but these are all actual things that happened in the making of this game. The development team didn't even know how to use the game engine when they started and just said fuck it, we ball, and learned as they went. They added guns to the game because, quote, Americans like to shoot things, and most of the motion and animations were made by a kid working at a grocery store. I mean, what the fuck is this dev team? AAA companies need to take some notes because a group of homeless people and a child were able to take a budget of 3 McDonald's chicken nuggets and 2 pieces of half-eaten moldy bread and produce the second most played game on Steam of all fucking time. Bakugan is a game that allows you to explore, capture pals, and use them however you see fit.
I could have bagged me a goth bitch, but instead I'm a slave to a corporate environment.
We'll get back to that later. So if you can accept the similarities to the other games, if you can accept the many bugs that come with the dev team having less members than the number of people that have found me attractive, and you can agree to stop arguing with Nintendo dick riders acting like Persona fans trying to justify their waifu, then I can show you all the ways that this game absolutely fucks. I can introduce you to the world of Pokemon Palworld. I did it again. Fuck. What better place to start than with the pals? Pokemon Chicago has many creatures in the world for you to catch. It's pretty easy to see that some of the pals take inspiration from a huge franchise about catching monsters and using them to fight against other monsters. I really don't see how they get away with ripping off the hit 90s anime Monster Rancher like this. One guy even made a mod that replaces all the pals with Pokemon models and your player with the goat himself asks for ketchup. I would show it, but Nintendo has already tried to capture him for their pleasure for making the mod. Even just talking about it has made the all-powerful cult Ninetndo threaten to take my unborn first child and sacrifice them to their god of copyright. So please like and subscribe to save my future children. The Digimon can be caught by throwing your balls at their face and hoping that RNGesus doesn't hold a grudge against you from that one time you got a jackpot in Chuck E. Cheese and could finally pick a prize from the top of the wall instead of getting candy and shitty bracelets from a loser's box in the counter. Every pal has a wholesome bio to tell you a little bit about them. Seeking a night of love, it is always chasing someone around. This pal's trying to fuck me. You can catch every creature in the game, including bosses, bigger bosses, the biggest bosses. Yes, it's a glitch, I don't care. And even humans. Wait, that worked? That wasn't supposed to work? Wait, no, it's a joke, it's a joke. Any Yu-Gi-Oh monsters you catch can be put in your party and allow you to follow in the ways of Michael Vick and make them fight other monsters for you. Slow down, you sexy beast, before you go running off too fast and realize you're not that guy. You need to be aware of your Beyblade's types. You have to use a type strong against who you're fighting, so you're not doing less damage than swinging a cold limp noodle you got from a 2-week-old Chinese takeout in your fridge. Should I explain them to you? Possibly, but I believe in your ability to know how a circle with arrows works. Pals aren't only used to make your enemies bend over and learn what it means to be on the receiving end of your holy crusade. They can also be used back at your base as your personal fairly compensated workers.
Master got me working.
There are many things that need to get done at your base, but being the hottest fucking busy CEO that you are, you don't have time to make every Lovelander body pillow and Astagon dildo that you sell to keep your business going. So while you're off doing the important things that a sexy specimen such as yourself is doing, you can leave pals at your base to do the work for you. They all have different tasks that they are suited for in your base. You have the ones that harvest your crops, your sweatshop workers, your miners. No, wait, not like that. Somehow, your workers aren't always happy about their daily wage of 5 berries and get so upset.
My mental health doesn't exist, and I'm about to start a Glock if I have to work another 12-hour shift.
So you have to be a good boss or whatever and build them a hot springs to manage their health and sanity.
Who turned the lounge spa hot tub yellow?
But even this isn't enough, and some of your workers will slack off on the job or get injured, and that's when you give them your special treatment. And just like that, you have happy workers again. If you catch a pal that is about as useless as Old spiced deodorant at an anime convention, then you can just sell them on the black market for profit, so at least then they can still push your capitalist regime forward. Each PAL comes with unique skills ranging from finding resources and flying to arson and dropping more bombs than Obama in the Middle East. There's a giant teddy bear that has seen the atrocities committed by the Bin Laden Bird Squad, and with Ted as his role model, he can dual-wield grenade launchers to help purge the heretics from these lands. Pay me like one of your French girls. You also have a small blue penguin, aka Big Dick Pete, that is so loyal to your quest to enslave all the creatures and humans of this world and reign over them as their supreme god of capitalism, that he will whip out his above-average beak and become your spear for justice. And by spear, I mean he jumps into your rocket launcher and becomes the ammo. He loves you and your voluptuous booty cheeks so much that he dies so you can live. Big Dick Pete truly is the Jesus of Palworld that is canon, don't question it. This feels like a good a time as any to talk about the lore. There are no dialogue cutscenes in this game, so if you enjoy getting all of your story from notes written on the bathroom stalls where different people went to take a shit like it's Elden Ring but without an accord or a woman's embrace, then you will feel right at home. The island of America is surrounded by a huge circle of vape smoke meant to stop people from reaching the island, but many people have got here anyway, including you, so just like Game Freak, it's not very good at its job. But now that you're here, you must travel to various mythical realms such as Limgrave, Australia, the North Pole, and Ohio to find the various towers and defeat the champion guarding them, and take their mysterious power to figure out the secrets of the world. When you reach the giant powerful tree, it is actually just Elden Ring, god damn it. On this island exists 4 god pals that watch over the land. You have the floating war crime that took after America in World War II and dropped a nuke on its opponent to get him to shut the fuck up. There's an ice Pegasus that when approached by an enemy responded by turning the entire island into a giant frozen kid cuisine because fuck you for stepping on its lawn. Then you have the Holy and Dark Knight duo that just kind of chill in the desert because the whole being a god business is above their pay grade, along with all the pals that are trying to make your juicy little ass their plaything both metaphorically and literally. There are also 5 factions of humans that you will come across, each with different methods of trying to shit in your cornflakes and feed them to you. You have the syndicate thugs who capture and kill pals to sell on the black market because they're in love with money, which makes them evil, not because they're illegally trading pals, but it means less money for me. Then you have the Pal Alliance who capture and kill pals to sell in the black market because they're in love with money, except they lie about it to the leader because she's the biggest yandere simp for pals and they don't want to be brutally murdered by her and her Poison Ivy cosplaying pal waifu. There's the Pal Research Unit who also capture pals and use the black market. I'm sensing a pattern, but instead of wanting money, they do it to illegally research pals. Fucking nerds. They have the police force that sells totally not meth to people, arrests them, then confiscates it and turns around to sell it again. No surprises there. The last faction is literally just a group of dudes with flamethrowers and their leader is Slim Shady. With all these people standing in the way of your business, you must fight back and climb the corporate ladder to create a monopoly that isn't best for the island, but it gets you rich and that's all that matters. But the war criminals that you ethically recruit into your party are not the only way for you to fight and claim your spot as the Elon Musk of Palworld. You also have access to many different weapons and equipment to demote your enemies from their job of living and have the satisfaction of doing with your own hands. You start out only being able to use a wooden club to beat the shit out of people like a caveman who got his Ooga Booga stolen. As you upgrade, you get a bat to swing like Barry Bonds, hitting home runs off of a tee, where the tee is the person's body and the ball is their head. You get a spear that lets you poke people until they die from not wanting to put up with your annoying bullshit anymore, and a myriad of different bows and ranged weapons to kill things from a distance because they smell like a college bar bathroom. But you don't truly start the game until you unlock the Chicago DLC and get access to the guns. It starts with a musket that makes you feel like that one Assassin's Creed 3 trailer, you know the one. After a couple upgrades to your school supplies, including a Glock, a shotgun, and a Modern Warfare 2 ACR, you think you have gotten the most firepower you can attain. But wait, there's more. You will eventually be able to craft the big daddy of weapons, the rocket launcher. This weapon of ass destruction can turn anyone you look at into a freshly made bowl of Quaker oatmeal. Just be prepared to turn 70 before you finish crafting it because it takes so fucking long. Having all these weapons to make you feel like the Doom guy and a few sexy pals like a Blue Eyes White Dragon card who can crank some sick ass 90s are going to be very necessary in order to take on the 4 gods and the 5 tower bosses around the map. The tower boss fights are the only bosses in the game that have a time limit for winning. You have 10 minutes to deal out enough big dick damage to make them realize that your well above average alpha Chad schlong is too much for them to handle. For 4 of the bosses, this isn't an issue as long as you don't go in underleveled. However, this dickweed in his 200,000 health can kindly go fuck himself. Each tower boss is the leader of one of the 5 factions. I already told you about the yandere simp lady and little pump in the lore section, so we don't need to talk about them anymore. The other 3 consist of a girl with extreme daddy and mommy issues, damn that's unfortunate, a corrupt cop, and a researcher who created a species of pals. Kinda cool, but still a fucking nerd. Your final challenges of the game are to kill or capture the 4 legendaries. The first is a giant dragon that when I fought I may have accidentally cheesed. That wasn't supposed to happen. When you capture him, you never have to worry about mounts anymore because he is like riding a fucking jumbo jet. But he isn't content with just having the zoomies. He also can drop nukes on people as you fly, which is it's totally balanced. The second is Rudolph, if Santa never asked him to help, so he went emo mode and decided to put an end to the reindeer games. The fight is long because he has a lot of health, but it isn't too bad except for when he keeps freezing you every 5 fucking seconds. The last fight is a double boss fight against 2 My Little Ponies. They represent light and dark, yin and yang, women, and my ability to make eye contact. Wait a minute. I feel like this is reminding me of something. Wait, no, not again. Now, before I leave you like Zoe's father, I know you've been wondering, Top Bro, how's the multiplayer? And while I would love to talk about it, all my friends play on Xbox and their servers could attract an entire fleet of rabies infested twerking raccoons with how trash they were while recording. Though Xbox is supposed to be stepping in to fix that, so another massive W for the alpha chads of the dev team. Is the game worth your money? Abso-fucking-lutely. $30 on Steam for this game is a steal, and free on Xbox Game Pass is the IRS taking my kidneys because I was out of money levels of robbery. If you would like to help fund my completely ethical business, subscribe and become a member down below. There are many pals out there that need saving, and I am happy to put them to work in my factory. I mean, give them a home.
I could have bagged me a goth bitch, but instead I'm a slave to a corporate environment. That's gonna get clipped out of context in your video.
Yeah.
I forgot you're recording.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck using us as voice actors. Just take clips that we say out of context.
Yeah, for real.
I've given you everything. Work to do, chores, no food, dehydration. How do you have the energy to be mad? Who turned the lounge spa hot tub yellow? Disgusting motherfuckers. I want names. You see that pangolin
Gio,
on a stick? That'll be you.
Gio, I just want you to know that that is going in the video.
It was so genuine, you have no idea. I'm fucking mad.